Hello and welcome to Awaz News. I'm Kubrali and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada.
Majority of Toronto students enrolled for in-person learning. 4-day work week trial at Toronto tech company led to unanticipated result, CEO says. GTA gas prices will drop another 4 cents per litre on Friday, but relief for drivers could prove temporary, analysts. Group files constitutional challenge of ArriveCan app in federal court. Man in critical condition after crash in Hamilton. Epidural shortage paired with nursing crunch could have a cascade effect on childbirth. Man charged after threatening ER staff assaulting security at Ontario Hospital OPP.
Those were the headlines, and let's jump right into the details.
Less than 5,000 Toronto students have registered for virtual learning in September, a significant decrease from the previous academic term. According to the Toronto District School Board, about 3,300 elementary students and 1,500 secondary students have registered for the virtual learning for the 2022-2023 school year. In 2021-2022, there were 17,000 elementary students and 8,000 secondary students learning virtually. We had anticipated that number would go down, TDSB spokesperson Ryan Bird told CTV News Toronto on Wednesday. I think for some, we know that in-person learning that works best for them. For others, sometimes virtual learning is the best route for them and has been through COVID. Virtual learning will look similar to past years, Bird said. There will be a standalone virtual school designated for secondary students, while elementary students will still technically be part of their regular school environment. Bird said the TDSB is still finalizing its guidance for September, but that classes will look about the same as last year as the COVID-19 precautions haven't changed. The CEO of Toronto tech company says a trial into 4-day work weeks has been a big success, and the experiment even brought forward an unanticipated result. Ross Wainwright, CEO of Alida, said the software company implemented 4-day work weeks for its 500 employees at the start of June, and the 2-month trial wraps up this week. Company officials said the decision for the shortened work week came from employee feedback and was driven by the COVID-19 pandemic. The early results are fantastic, Wainwright told CP24 Wednesday. The employees are clearly happier and they are more balanced. Wainwright said the company did not reduce salaries in order to achieve the 4-day work week where everyone has Fridays off. Wainwright said the company will take the next 6 weeks to review the results of the trial and hopes 4-day work weeks will become a permanent part of the company's benefit package. The trial began in June and will continue until November. Gas prices are set to drop another 4 cents per litre on Friday, but at least one industry analyst is warning drivers that the relief at the pumps will be temporary. Gas prices are at a welcome low of 158.9 cents per litre across southern Ontario today, down nearly 60 cents from the peak of 215.9 cents per litre on June 11. They're expected to fall by another 4 cents to 154.9 cents per litre as of Friday. The last time prices were that low was back on February 19. However, President of Canadians for Affordable Energy Dan McTeague says prices are bottoming out and are expected to rise. While we get this bit of break, I never thought I would see the day where 158.9 would be celebrated. I suspect that we are going to start to see gasoline prices soon track diesel prices, McTeague told CP24 Wednesday morning. McTeague says prices could jump nearly 30 cents to 190 cents per litre in the coming days. He added that the rise in prices can be attributed to an ongoing volatile oil and gas market. Today marks 6 months from the onset of the war, and McTeague says the crisis continues to have an impact on fuel supply, which is in turn contributing to higher prices at the pumps. A constitutional rights group has launched a legal challenge of federal requirement that travelers to Canada use the ArriveCan app. The action was filed in federal court by the Justice Center of Constitutional Freedoms on behalf of 11 Canadians, including some allegedly fined up to $8,500. The legal challenge, spearheaded by an organization that has opposed public health measures such as lockdowns and vaccine mandates, seeks to strike down mandatory use of the app and to declare quarantine rules for Canadians who refuse to use the app as unconstitutional. The notice of application alleges the federal health minister has failed or refused to provide evidence that ArriveCan's data collection is legal or secure. It also claims ArriveCan has proven to be unreliable and prone to errors that have infringed the charter rights of Canadians. Federal lawyers have yet to file a statement of defense in the case. A man is in critical condition after a crash in Hamilton on Wednesday afternoon. Emergency crews were called to Main Street East and Grant Avenue area just before 1:30 p.m. following a single vehicle collision. Hamilton police say a vehicle struck police. One of the occupants of the vehicle, a man in his 50s, was located without vital signs. He was later transported to a trauma center with life-threatening injuries. A female occupant was also injured and was treated at the scene, police say. The cause of the crash is unknown. Ontario healthcare workers say the shortages of epidural catheters paired with staffing crunches spanning the province could have a whole cascade effect on pain and anxiety during childbirth. Ontario Health told CTV News Toronto approximately 16% of hospitals in the province reported less than a week's worth of epidural catheters on August 17, when provincial inventory was last surveyed up 2% from August 10. The majority of these sites have not flagged their level of supply as an urgent concern, an Ontario Health spokesperson said. These epidural catheter shortages are layered on top of staffing crunches, which nursing unions have described as the exodus of exhausted and demoralized employees leaving the sector in droves due to years of underinvestment and understaffing. As a result, dozens of hospitals have reduced their beds and in some cases closed entire intensive care units this summer. Dr. Tally Bogler, chair of family medicine obstetrics at St. Michael's Hospital, explained that when a pregnant person is in a lot of pain and anxious, it can be challenging to see a delivery progress. I think what hospitals are trying to do is we are trying to avoid unnecessary inductions because of the recent epidural shortage of nursing shortage, Bogler said.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kubra Ali. I'll see you back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.